All right, everybody, today we are going to be discussing rear handbrakes, which a lot of times these are thrown on motorcycles for doing wheelies, stunt tricks. A lot of times they're more going to go on stunt bikes and things like that. However, you can put them on your motorcycle just to have it if you want, but they are pretty much utilized for wheelies and unlocking new wheelie tricks and things like that. So, with that being said, the pros of having a handbrake is you can do more wheelie. I was gonna say more wheelies, but that's kind of funny. We'll expand on that and say more wheelie variations. You can now take your foot off the rear foot brake on the bottom and use your rear handbrake for your brake control. So you can now put both feet on the seat, take both feet off the brakes or whatever. You can just do a lot more wheelie variations. Some people think having a rear handbrake is easier specifically to learn. So that's a pro for a lot of people. I recommend always using and learning your rear foot brake arguably first, just so you have the fundamentals down and you can pretty much at that point wheelie any bike straight from factory stock. Like my FZ07, it's a 2015. That's all stock over there except for a couple little add-ons, nothing stunted on it currently. But yeah, you can do so many more wheelie variations. They are easier to learn and you can kind of do this with your rear foot brake as well. However, they are, another thing would be extremely customizable. And what I mean by that is there's so many options. You don't just have to get a random brake. Like you could put, there's so many different master cylinders, so many different lever styles, lengths, sizes, things like that. Different colors, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of fun. You can customize your bike pretty easily with that. And then you get into your brake lines for the handbrake, all that fun stuff. We're gonna go out on the FZ07. I'm gonna give you a whole rundown on kind of what it looks like where you put it. I currently do not have one on my FZ07. I'm gotta put another one on there again. But I will give you the rundown, where it mounts, kind of how it looks, how you run the brake lines, things like that. A lot of people don't even fully understand what a rear handbrake is or means, but it's normally for a stunt bike and a stunt setup. Those are kind of some things why people would get rear handbrakes. And the biggest thing is so when you are out there doing wheelies on your motorcycle, if you hop up on the seat with both feet, you can use your handbrake up here, right? So if you take your foot off the foot brake, you can keep on going doing wheelies, like I said. Pretty straightforward. If you guys want a Cardo Pack Talk or anything else, 10% off School of Wheelie. Normally I have my Pack Talk Edge up there to show you guys what it looks like, but I went riding this morning, so it is not up there. But 10% off whatever you guys want to buy on the website, use promo code School of Wheelie. I also have a wheelie course in the description. It is about 16 total lessons. All those lessons are broken up into 8 modules. So if you want to learn how to wheelie from the ground up, check out the description. I have the course in the description for you to learn how to wheelie quickly and be able to kind of wheelie any motorcycle. So anyway, we are going to dive in to the FZ07 outside. I'm going to show you how handbrakes work, where they go, how they mount, what they do, and give you more of an understanding how that works. So let's get our gear on, go on a road, private road, have your permission to do this stuff, wheelies, X, Y, and Z. Let's be safe. And yeah, let's go explore rear handbrakes. All right, we are outside with the 2015 Yamaha FZ07, looking good. Today we are discussing kind of how to set up a rear handbrake on your bike. The irony is right now I don't have one on my bike, but I can give you the entire walkthrough of kind of how they work, where they sit, what they do, what they look like, things like that. So for with the Yamaha FZ07 and pretty much any bike, your handbrake's always going to go on this side with your clutch lever, right? So a lot of times you're going to get like a shorty lever, like a one finger that only sticks out this much, give or take. And a lot of times it really depends on the rider, right? But you're gonna have 2 levers on this side. One's a clutch and one's gonna be a rear handbrake. A lot of times people have your clutch on top. You'll clutch up and then use like your middle finger down here to hit your handbrake. Or if you really wanna go crazy, you can go clutch on the bottom, clutch up, and then use your pointer finger with the handbrake up here. It's really personal preference, right? But you're gonna mount your handbrake, your rear handbrake, on the left side with your clutch lever. And then those brake lines, you're gonna have to take some of your fairings off, right? But you're gonna run those brake lines like any other brake line, kind of up and through these general areas, and normally up into the body, into the plastics underneath along the frame of these fairings, right? I'd take these off, run my brake lines and hoses through here, and you're gonna just kind of bring them all the way down here where you're gonna get another setup that's going to have, you're going to have to go to any type of stunt shop online that sells stunt parts, right? And for your bike, depending on what you're on, you're going to have to get yourself a setup that holds 2 calipers. You're going to have your foot brake still mounted, right? And then you're going to have your other brake over here that's mounted, or down here, over here, depends on how it's set up. And that's going to be your handbrake, where your brake lines come all the way around into your rear handbrake for your caliper there. So that's kind of how they work. And then that gives you the freedom to jump on your seat with 2 feet and take your foot off the foot brake, or step up here, or maybe throw your feet up over the tank, things like that. It's fun when you get a rear handbrake because you can do so much more. A lot of times it makes doing circle wheelies easier and things like this. So again, now you kind of know, if you did not already, people who say rear handbrake or bring that up in the stunt world, you're going to have it mounted on the left side here next to your clutch. You'll have 2 levers. One you pull for your clutch to get the wheel up. The other you're going to use normally like your middle finger or something to use your handbrake. And it works exactly like the foot brake, or just like your front brake. You just tap it like this and it engages your rear brake in the back. You'll now have 2 brakes in the back, right? 2 calipers. And there's plenty of shops you can get this stuff. They sell different length of brake lines, different types of master cylinders up top, which is the handbrake master, just like this, with the fluid and the pump and your lever. There's so many different kinds you can get, different length leathers, shorter ones, longer ones, different length and colors for your brake lines and things like that. So you can customize it however you'd like, cheaper, more expensive, save money, spend money, different setups on the back, the rear. There's so many different companies out there. So just do a little bit of research, find what's best for your setup, and once you get that handbrake on your bike, go have fun, because it opens up so many opportunities for wheelies, tricks, and just fun in general. So that'll pretty much do it for the handbrake. I hope that kind of gave you guys a little bit of information, but just go do your research. You'll find one that's best for you, and it'll open up so many just fun wheelie tricks you can do, especially if you have your foot brake mastered. So thanks for watching the video, you guys, and I'll catch you in the next class.